Welcome back to Bored to Death, the podcast that's now on the charts.
Yeah.
Thanks for everyone for that. Obviously, it's certainly not about that. It's never been about that, but it was kind of nice to see when David at our studio sent it over to me the other day. Today we've got Nathan back.
Yo.
Welcome back. I told you would be back.
Yeah, glad to be back, man.
Beth.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
No, good. I'm good. Glad you're finally here. And Stefan.
Hi, I'm great. I'm glad to finally actually make it on this time.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm glad to have you here. What we'll do is we'll just start. We've all heard your story, Nathan.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's about to hear that again.
We'll just start with you, Beth.
Okay.
How did you get into skateboarding, or do you remember getting your first skateboard?
Well, honestly, I went to the Glenrothes Jam by myself last year. Just was like, I was bored. I was like, let's just go myself.
You were bored to death.
Yeah, I was bored to death. I went down by myself. I was like, I need something to do. Like, I used to mountain bike and I got injured and I was like, there's no way I'm going back to it. So I advertised on Facebook and I was like, oh, I'll just go down and watch. And then, like, I did want to try it in the back of my head. I was like, oh, but I felt too old to try it. And then, like, May this year, everyone was just like, do you know what, just go, just have a shot at it. And then it was Ross Fox, like, the guy who works at Route 1 Edinburgh now. He, like... Yeah. He told me, come down to Glenrothes skate park, and at, like, 10 o'clock in the morning, I was like, okay, like, fine. And he said, I was like, I'll teach you everything you want to know in, like, 2 hours. And I was like, right, fine. The whole way down there, I was like, why have I done this? Like, why have I done this? And then after that, I was just absolutely hooked. I've not stopped. I'm absolutely addicted. It's all I talk about, all I do every day.
Oh no, that's amazing. That's
I've only been going for 5 months, so
it's still 5 months longer than a lot of people, but it definitely takes a lot to like go to a skate park yourself.
Yeah, I was honestly
like a lot.
Like, what's gotten into me? I've never done this before. I just fancied watching it.
No, and good for Ross.
Yeah. Ross is just honestly like, that's one person I like, apart from everyone at Woody's, that's one person I owe everything to. Like, he taught me I like learned how to skate, like, but it was more like the mentality behind it. And like, I got a lot of like private like tuition off him and stuff. Like, and I would always be like doubting myself, and he would just like constantly, he would just give me the right, like, that's the reason I'm still going, I think, is because he told me like everything that is in my head, like how to fix all that. I think that was like, that's what's kept me going. He's been the best, great. Honestly. I owe everything to him.
Pick up Ross.
Pick up Ross, man.
And over you, Stefan, same question. Like, can you remember how it started?
Well, the year I'm fucking here and there on. I think it was the year that Tony's Pro Skater 2 came out.
Yeah,
I never had it myself. But I was on, it was summer holidays up north, like staying at my grand's, like up in a small village called Finnockley up there. And basically, neighbour across the road, he had it. We started playing it a wee bit. He had a skateboard. My uncles, they used to have skateboards as well, like fishtails or like the wee like plastic red like penny board things that you had. So we started messing about in them just throughout the summer, and basically I kind of got into it because of that. Didn't get a board until like the year after, till I was 12, my 12th birthday. That's when I got bored, and then just went from there. There was a metal ramp, like all those metal ramps that were like scarred everywhere. 5 foot metal ramp sitting there. Went there, learned dropping and all that. Even met some of the older boys from Kirkcaldy back then. Like, I didn't even think they recognised me now.
Tony Hawk 2 though, that was like 1999. So have you like kept going like skateboarding the whole time, or has there been kind of like times where you've, I don't know, like anything from like months or a couple of years has passed and you're like falling out of it, or you've got back into it again?
No, I think I've actually got my timeline wrong with this. Like, I didn't know when that game was actually released, but I know it was like when I was about 10, 11 when I actually got going with it. So that was like 2000, 2001. So at that time, like 2002, that's when I first got my board, and then started skating from there. Year after that, moved down to Kirkcaldy, like the weekend that Beveridge Skate Park got built. Cool. That was my local, just there every single day, constantly going non-stop.
Nah, it's good to hear. And you guys, I mean, obviously you came here together, but you know each other.
Yeah,
yeah.
all the time.
Aye,
We'll
man.
skate together a lot.
Wow, I love that. And you just all met through skateboarding? You just didn't know
Yeah,
each other
totally.
prior?
Yeah. Well, the first time I met Beth was when she come down to the
Yeah.
Glenorthis Jam. Come and took some photos of me being in me with that big pink crop top on and everything. And she took some cracking
I
photos of me
remember
there.
seeing that on Instagram.
It's not an easy one to forget, I don't think.
The second time I decided to go along to Woody's and take photos of everyone using the ramp.
Oh yeah.
And that's just kind of how I just I started hanging about with everyone before I even really started skating. And that's when I took that photo of Stefan. Before,
man.
So I did
Oh, that photo,
I did
Broken neck, come
I
on.
knew everyone. I knew everyone before I started skating, so that kind of motivated me more because
It made it easier a little
definitely
bit. Yeah. That photo, by the way, guys, I will put that up as a post. So
Yeah.
I want this a sequence so you can put all three next
so
to
you
each other
can
to
see what
it.
we're talking about.
I looked down at my camera and I looked up and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That was I felt bad for Stefan for falling, obviously, but that was the day that I got initiated into the skate scene.
We need to find all the memes that come after that as well.
I sent someone in the chat for that as well.
Yeah.
And the ear Steph and all this stuff.
Yeah. So good, man. The little breakdancing ones. And
There was the dolphin one as well. I need to show you that.
We're horrible.
Oh, it was brilliant. That was the first day I met you as well.
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
A lot has happened. What we'll do is we'll just move on to our 10Q just to get to know everyone a wee bit more. My favourite question of this part of the season. Slopped a wee bit sometimes, but Pepsi or Coke?
Coke is a political issue in my house. I have a 19-year-old brother and my mum and dad will maybe buy a bottle of it and whoever's drank the last bit is getting battered.
So Coke.
Yeah.
I do like a bit of Coke myself.
I mean, I like both. I think that I prefer the taste of Pepsi, but it goes flat
Yes.
quicker. I feel like
Oh,
that's what I feel. It
interesting.
doesn't last as long. You open it up, leave it in the fridge maybe for a day, and it's flat the next day. That's what I've noticed.
McDonald's Coke also brings me back to life when I'm hungover.
Oh,
Yeah, I've heard this thing
Oh my
about.
god.
I always go for Coke when I'm hungover, always,
Yeah.
man.
I've heard this thing that draft Coke is 10 times better, but I would say that's not right. I'd say a cold
non-believer.
A large
can.
Coke from McDonald's.
yeah.
That's just me cured.
What about this one? The first concert you ever went to?
It was Girls Aloud
Oh, yes.
with my mum.
I'm trying to think, man. I can't remember. Steph, you go first, man. My memory is awful.
I think it was the first year they did this in Aberdeen. It was a festival they had called Dawn of the Dee. I think, no, not Dawn of the Dee. Or no, the River Dawn. It was basically a festival. They had people like Garth Gates and that there. It was at that time period. When, what was it, Pop Idol?
Yeah.
It just finished earlier that year.
Early noughties. There's something about it.
Do you know, mine was actually Tea in the Park, 2008 or 9.
Oh,
So I must have
wow.
been 11 or 12 or whatever. I went with my dad and sister, but I got totally wasted. Oh my god! It was really good.
Do you remember who was there?
I remember seeing the Killers.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
remember
a decent one.
I remember seeing the very end of Katy Perry. 9 Inch Nails were there.
Oh, right. That's a
I'm not
really
sure.
good one then.
Yeah. There's some other good folk that we went to see, but who knows?
I know. Usually they're embarrassing. Mine's is actually Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course it is, man. I would be disappointed if it was anything
Look where
else.
we've came, but no, it was October 2004. So 19 years ago.
Oh, man.
It is crazy. Weirdly crazy. A trick you want, but you haven't landed yet.
Tray flip rock and roll. Oh, I've come so close.
Oh, you'll
so
get that.
close,
You'll
man.
get that.
I know. It's come under my feet so many times.
Tell you what, if you're doing it in the morning, I'll get you doing it.
Right, let's do it. I'm down.
I can't actually 50-50 it, but I recently learned how to frontside rock and roll because one piece of advice that everyone gave me was to learn frontside. So I was like, okay, a rock and roll was the first trick I ever learned. So I was like, I'm just going to do a frontside one because I heard that they apparently they look really cool. So I just done it.
And did it?
I did. I learned the kick turn first and then I just took it to a rock and roll quite fast. I was quite proud of myself for that because apparently it's quite hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flint Side stuff is harder
Yeah,
than
definitely
than
are.
normal. Like,
What about a place you'd love to skate on an all expenses paid trip? So anywhere.
Tampa, maybe.
I'm going to go for Copenhagen.
Copenhagen. Oh yeah. All right. I want to change my answer.
Yeah, I've seen a few people there recently on Instagram.
Yeah. We say, like every single year, yeah, we're all going to Copenhagen. Yeah, we're all going to get our tickets, and that comes, and everyone's like, oh, I've spent all my money, man.
We're going next year.
Going next year. Bethel will get us all
Yeah.
organised.
I think it's Barcelona for me. Just never.
Okay.
There's been a few opportunities like I potentially could have went, but I was never had the money on me at the time to be able to actually commit to doing it. So Barca for me would be my best.
Barca was too hot for me. Like I was just, I'm a sweaty guy. Anyway,
no,
but, I couldn't handle it. Eh?
No, I wouldn't go in the summer.
No,
Definitely not. It'd be far too hot.
Better than here in the summer.
Well,
favourite self-care activity?
self-care. I don't think I'm very good at that.
I mean, in my house, I've got this walk-in shower thing, and occasionally, like
In chair?
shower.
Oh, shower.
I walk-in shower basically.
Okay.
I walk in, it's enclosed. Like I can make a bath in that in it as well, but it's got a sauna option.
Oh yes.
So I
love
just
a
push that
sauna,
on,
man.
stay in there for 20 minutes, and then that's me done. Especially if I had a sore day skating, I'm like ready as rain as soon as I come out.
That sounds good. I'm coming into your house.
Yeah, that's probably why your skin's so good. Like,
I would say so.
I would love that. What about you guys?
Mine is probably like when I've got some extra cash, I like to book a nice hotel with my friend and go for a nice dinner and just chill in the hotel and watch a film.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Like not just go for dinner, like book a room and stay.
Yeah, just me and my best friend. We done it. We come here sometimes. We'll just like get a nice hotel when we've got like, I don't know, like they sometimes sell rooms quite last minute, and we'll just come.
That's
to, like,
cool.
Yeah, go to Amore down in like Merchant City and just chill. It's really fun. Just get showy.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm still trying to think. I think I'm just going to start going around Steph's house and using the sauna from now on.
That's fine.
Well, you've recently stopped drinking, though, haven't you? Well, kinda.
No.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Life's not a race.
Life's not a race. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite simple, but I haven't heard it.
I went back to school to visit some of my teachers, and I was a bit like worried because everyone was graduating and like everyone, I don't know, like it's really weird being in your young 20s. Everyone's at different points, and I spoke to my old like physics teacher and he was like, it's not a race, like why are you panicking?
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe like if you don't ask, you don't get.
That
Like
is also
for me,
a very good one.
For me, I was just stuck in the same place in my work for freaking like 7 years, and just I was always too anxious to go and ask the manager like I want to get trained up in something else.
Yeah.
Basically, eventually got trained up with something else, then something else on the back of it, and then I was stuck on that for about 3 years.
And have you got a promotion?
But it's not really. It is get category up in the factory.
Okay, cool.
So it's a lot better.
No, but same as you say, if you don't ask, you don't get it.
That's
I need,
really true.
I need to
I've
get
had to
better
say
at
that.
it. I need to get a lot better at it. I'm just too shy sometimes to ask, and then you do ask, and it's like a yes immediately, and you're like, "What the fuck did I waste all that time?" Or more so these days, all that anxiety, like overthinking the conversations that were never going to happen, or just in your head. Oh wait, what's mine? I had it earlier when I thought about this question. Everything happens for a reason. You might not know what that reason is now, but you will one day.
Yeah.
That's so true.
It was actually also a teacher at school that said that to me, and I was like, oh, that's just something you say when something bad happens.
Yeah.
But the older I've got, I've realised, like, when you kind of look back on things and you're like, see, if I had done that, but you're like, nah, but then this wouldn't have happened, and then that wouldn't have happened, and I'm happy with where I am now. So I don't live by it, but I do like it. What's one thing you've changed your mind on about recently?
Little wide eyes here. Just thinking, like,
Oh my God.
Yeah, this one was quite deep, but I actually don't even think I have anything for this one.
Honestly, I don't know.
I guess I would say vegetables.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, since like I went vegetarian like just over 2 years ago now, and before that I never ate like one vegetable. It was meat, cheese, pasta, rice, chips.
Yeah.
And like this is just like, obviously losing meat has just made me like have to try a lot more things. So yeah, definitely. I'm on the veggies.
I'm on the veggies.
And what's a sauce or condiment that you couldn't live without?
Barbecue sauce. Used to be brown sauce. No, it's barbecue. Definitely. No, cancel. Sriracha. Sriracha, man. Like that, man. Love it.
It's got to be salt, like salt and chips.
Ah,
I don't know, just
I never thought
salt.
about salt.
Just count
I just
as
always
salt.
went to sauce.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with the salt. To be honest, I don't really have much condiments that I have. Maybe ketchup,
Yeah, I'm the
barbecue.
same.
That's really as far as I go.
Mine would be like American mustard, like the bright yellow stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like it's actually disgusting, some of the stuff I put that on, but
Yeah. I love a honey mustard. Like,
Yeah,
I'll go to
I can
honey
go there.
mustard, man. Yeah.
and last but not least, where do you feel most at home?
at the skate park.
Oh, good answer.
Which one?
Our local Tansol the now.
Yeah.
Where do I feel most at home? I've done a lot of traveling this year, and I've come back, and it's always felt like extra. Like I've always felt extra lucky to come home, and I've been like, oh, like I really like I like it here. But I done a road trip around Scotland this year, and I was like, this is like I'm so lucky. This is my home. So as long as I'm in Scotland,
Yeah,
I like traveling, but as long as I like.
I get that feeling. It's like the
Yeah.
feeling like if you go on like, I guess like a 7-day or 10-day holiday, like
Yeah,
you are
Scotland's
enjoying
like-
yourself at the end, but you just want to get home and it feels nice.
Yeah, we're really like lucky. We get to we're like 2 hours away from some of the best views in the world. Like,
Yeah.
it's really reassuring to live here. I think. I don't know.
I think mine would have to be my actual, not home, like, but I grew up in Kilmarnock and then I moved away from Kilmarnock when I was 18. I'm 29 now. And for years, I just had such a stinking attitude about it. Like, nah, I couldn't wait to get away from there. I hated it. That's the reason I moved out. But like going back quite a bit this summer, like just walking around the place, I don't know, it was a weird feeling. Like I didn't hate it for the first time. I was like, maybe it's just nostalgia.
Yeah, you've had that time
But,
to miss it. And
yeah,
want to go back.
I think
Yeah.
I did feel like quite different there this time.
That's how I felt about Glenrothes until I started skating. Like, I hated Glenrothes, and then I realised, like, oh my god, the skate parks here are so good. Now I'm like, I'll quite happily stay here. I don't know. That's maybe pushing it a bit too far, but
Nah.
I honestly hated Glenrothes until I started skating. Now I can just like take a 5-minute walk down to both skate parks. They're both on my doorstep. And it's just
That's so cool. You found something that just
Yeah.
kind of brought it all together.
Yeah, that definitely did.
Speaking of, word of the day this week is Fife.
I'm on the Fifers.
So this is quite, not controversial, I guess, more ignorant. See, like until recently, like not too recently, maybe like a couple of years ago, I thought Fife was a town.
Yeah. No, Fife is...
I thought Fife was the town.
Fife is the biggest collection of small towns in the whole of Scotland. Like, it's just so many small towns all gathered together. I mean, that's what we're talking about on the way down. It was like, what are the days Fife? Like, what we're going to say about Fife? How do we big up Fife? But it's like, I mean, Fife has got so many skaters in there. It's got a brilliant scene.
Amazing skaters.
Yeah,
We've got some of the best, in my opinion.
But like, it's the scene is strong. It's just so like fragmented. You know what I mean? Because everyone's separated by at least just a couple of miles, and if you didn't drive, you're screwed, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, so that's when we've kind of been trying to make the effort, like bring people together more recently. So like we just made a wee chat on Instagram. Added every Fifer I could think of.
Yeah.
and,
Oh,
like,
that's
dropped-
so good.
Yeah, we made
Yeah.
a massive. Well, it's not like it's got everyone who skates. In Fife
yeah,
in it.
just dropped like the first message. Yo, anyone you know who skates, drop them in this chat. When you're going out skating, drop a message, let folk know where you are. Just ignite the scene.
It
you
has
know what I
really
mean?
helped. Like
It has,
every
like-
weekend, everyone's like, "So where's everyone skating today?" And you've got the option that you like. There's people going to like the loading bay. There's people going to like their local, or you know, you've got your options. I think it has really helped. That's only been in like the last month, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially for the people who like don't have anyone to skate with, and just, you know, they see what's happening. Like, they know that you're welcome with any of these people anytime. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you'd plan trips away together and stuff like that. But it's just, you know, because that sometimes is a problem. It's just you and your mates, and you're like, who's up for this? I'm like dying to skate this day. Everyone's busy. You know, you can always find somebody that way. Yeah, so I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
What's the community like up there in a sense of like quantity?
I mean, how many folk are in that chat? Like at least
I don't know.
50, 40, 50.
something like that. Yeah, and then there's other guys that are even on the chat.
Yeah.
Especially all the older guys. None of them are on it,
all the
but
older guys, yeah.
they're some of the most integral people to the community.
Yeah. Because there's been so many generations of skaters in Fife, and yeah. So it's, so most of the people in that chat are like the new or just the previous generation.
So it's like big enough to meet new people, but big enough that everyone knows each other or knows of.
I think everyone knows who everyone is in Fife, which is really cool because you can like turn up at a skate park and instead of like, you talk about people turn up to skate parks in cities and there's like different groups of skaters and stuff, but like here you can turn up at the skate park and you're just accepted into the group. You can just go and join in, which is really cool. Doesn't matter like where you go. It's everyone just skating together rather than in different groups, I think.
Yeah,
which is really cool. That's one thing I've totally noticed.
Yeah, you don't really get those like funny sideways looks in Fife. You're just like straight up eye contact. Folk are like waving across the park like, yo, dude,
I have to go around and like fist bump everyone on arrival. It's great.
Yeah, I do love that about going down a busy park and going around saying hi to every single person.
Everyone helps each other too.
Absolutely.
Everyone helps each other.
Yeah. You see someone struggling, you go up. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Yeah. It's where is currently. I know we've had the news this week of the Dundee.
Absolutely.
Indoor skate park.
That's amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So if we pretend that didn't happen, where's like your nearest indoor?
That's Woody's.
Yeah, I heard that place is absolutely sick, man.
And I guess if you wanted to go bigger, I guess you would have to drive all the way down to...
Yeah, Edinburgh's closest. Loading Bay's just a little bit further away. But yeah, I mean, Woody's, I don't know if it's sort of like it's touching the line of like, is that actually an indoor skate park?
No,
is it just, it's not huge, it's just a place to skate, it's like grassroots. I mean, me and Reese, Lee, Liam, Jack, we just pay for it all through our own pockets. Folk pay their $5, but in like the mid-winter when it's like wet all the time, sometimes it pays for itself. But that's 3 years we've been going. I dread to even think how much money we've put into it.
No, don't. I get it.
Just
like,
ignore that.
Community passion projects cost.
Yeah. I was listening
cost money, but
listening to like Ali's podcast to come out the other day, from the Forgotten Road, saying, just anytime we've got a bit of spare cash, buy a load of materials, head down. That's exactly what we've done. We've got a rent to pay for everything. So we're like, like 120 quid a month. Our rent's going up, and they want another top-up deposit of 650 quid and everything.
It's a lot, especially
it's never ending, man.
Yeah, especially the country just now. It's just a lot.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of money.
It's an amazing place to learn though. I've learned everything there. I don't think I would be skating without Woody's because like it is also like it's just safe and stuff there as well. It's just been
everyone's
great.
Super supportive and
really
stuff like
really
that.
supportive
because it is such a small space. Like you can't not like talk to everyone and like see when someone's struggling and just get involved.
We get a lot of like kids through the door that have seen us on Instagram and they're just like they're wanting to learn. They've seen us and
it's like, a big thing to...
Yeah, I've even had some people ask my wife about it because they know that I skateboard and they're just asking like they've seen this thing on Facebook or something and like asking what it's about and where to go when it's open and all that. So I kind of have to relay some of the information over as well to my wife so she can pass it on.
Yeah, it's definitely working.
Yeah, it definitely seems from an outsider a bit from Instagram that it's a lot more about community. The place, like you're saying, like it's like it's not a skate park, but do you know what I mean? Like the sense of community you just get from either the Woody's page or people speaking about Woody's or people posting about Woody's. You kind of like
it is quite,
feel it without feeling it.
Yeah, man.
I'd say. Yeah, and everyone's welcome. Like everyone listening to this, please come to Woody's because you just gotta come. Just something you gotta do.
Get down, get wee shrimp.
Yeah.
And this new indoor park that's opening in Dundee, how far away would that be for you?
That would be the closest one to us.
Yeah.
Would it be like you could go there like?
Yeah, I mean,
easily.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only about 10-15 minutes difference between what Ocean Terminal would be for us. I think it's still it's still closer.
If as long as you don't get stuck behind a tractor, you can get there in 40 minutes.
What about skate spots in Fife?
They are out there. Like, so before we changed to Woodies and we done the whole Don't Comply Films thing, like before we started, we started doing like a spot hunter thing. And I was surprised at how many folk like messaged down and was like, oh, look at this, like that. They are out there. They're just crusty, and like there's no like marble ledges or anything kicking about. They're all just like.
The place where I work is actually a skate spot.
Oh yeah, Fife House. That is a marble ledge.
I work in the iconic Fife House. It gets a mention on their actual Route 1 website.
Yeah.
I work there, and some days I'll be eating my lunch and there's a clock tower window and you can actually you can see people skating and stuff. It's a bit awkward when like the security guard, you like pass him on, like when I'll be working at my desk and I'll be like, it's the security guard who like told us all to go home like the night before, and I'll be like,
oh my God.
But no, Fife House it's pretty good. I'll dry a lot, so it's just something to do if like you fancy going hunting for a little street spot. It's good for like all the way in your first like two-step.
Yeah. The ledges don't have a great run up, which still counts as crust to me, like bad run up and stuff like that.
This term you used the last time you were here. This crusty. What does this mean?
Does everyone not use that term?
I think it's more of an American term, to be honest. I think it's basically rough.
I've heard of crunchy.
Rough, crunchy.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, crusty, crunch. Just not ideal. You know what I mean? Rough ground, potholes, gravel. Yeah. Crust.
What about the community? What does it need in Fife?
Connection. I need connection because it's everyone's so fragmented. Just brought together, and because Fife is like full all these like small skate parks, which is great. But
and they're
also
pretty good parks as well.
Yeah, there's loads of really great parks there, but that also keeps everyone in their small towns and stops people from meeting as much without, obviously we've got social media and stuff like that now, so folk can like find out what's happening from that, but it keeps people separated having all these awesome parks, unfortunately,
barbecue last summer and that was amazing. Brought everyone together. So I think like the goal for next year and when it starts getting warmer is to do more of them.
Yeah, that's the plan. So skate jams are just the best. You know what I mean? Everyone loves a skate jam. Get together, meet all the folks, see some rad skating. But we organised a couple of things last year. It was just like kind of no prizes or nothing like that. I didn't big sponsorships or that, but just say
getting everyone together, making an edit.
Yeah, there's going to be scran. I'm bringing my megaphone. I'm going to be being a dafty.
It takes a lot. Like obviously, like if you're just saying like barbecue skate jam, like I get you could do a skate jam that wouldn't cost any money, but do you know what I mean? It's still people's money that's gonna. I just wish there was like something or someone.
No, man. Like, couple of disposables, bag full of rolls, sausages, just a wee post. We're going to be there. Folk turn up and it's great.
That's
I was
amazing.
Just me shouting at everyone with a megaphone like, come on, get in the ball, let's go.
If you were to leave Fife to go skating just Saturday morning, like where would you go in Scotland?
I never really do it that much, like should do it more, just kind of kick about, but I want to come and skate Glasgow more because there's just so many spots, all the DIYs and that. I still never skated either of them, and like Glasgow's got an awesome scene, like good folks and awesome spots everywhere. The plan.
Yeah, I'd agree with Glasgow. I've hardly skated. I've only skated like Kelvin Grove once, and that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'd love to go to the Transport Museum, like to try and just skate that because it looks awesome.
Same with Kingston.
I
definitely came along over the last
it's looking really good, man.
I went there for my first time this year. I went for the Girls Jam and it was absolutely brilliant. I loved it. My answer would be here too. I love it. It's great. You're so lucky. I'd love to be able to do what all the people are doing here and what the girls are doing here. Like, it's cool as.
Yeah, no, definitely. Kingston, the guys from Kingston are coming on in a few weeks and I'm really excited just to talk to them
Absolutely, man.
About it. It's just such I don't know, I was going to say,
it's just such a rad thing,
iconic, but it's just so cool. Just like as a place.
Rad that they've got it done.
And you can tell there's like so much more potential at it. It's such a big space for...
When I walked in, I was like, oh my God, I want to live here.
Have you guys got anything you want to plug?
Yes. So plugging Woody's, obviously we've talked about it a little bit, but Loaded SB, that's where I work. I mean, it's so you walk into the skate shop, got everything you need. Mark, the guy that runs it, good guy. I'm sure Dean was talking about this the other day, so he skates for us. But it's a barber shop as well. That's where we earn the money. That's what pays for
Yeah, no, I said it is the coolest looking barber shop in the country.
It is, man.
It really is.
It's definitely a cool wee gimmick for the shop. It gets folk in. But the barber shop makes the money and the skate shop just does its thing. It's just there for folk to come and enjoy. It's the kind of place that people are always there hanging out anyway for the barber shop, and it's a cool vibe just to come in and have a seat.
I came in for a
chat some
visit
shit.
last week.
For a haircut.
Yeah.
I didn't go in for a haircut. I just went to visit Nathan and my friend Ellie. Yeah, she's always dragging me out to skate. She's the best. And she's like, come visit Nathan at work, come see Loaded. And I was like, okay.
Ellie's always hanging about, man. She's she's always hanging about. She just comes in and she's like, anyone want a coffee? And she just fast to the back, makes everyone teas and
Gotta
coffees.
give a shout out to Ellie. She's just the best.
Oh, we should plug Wee Oscar's talk thing. Yeah. So Wee Oscar comes in up to Woody's all the time. He was wanting to interview everybody last week, so he started his Instagram page, Baggy Boy Skate Talks or something. Go check that out. Yeah. Go for it.
Any more plugs?
Just Woody's, to be honest.
Woody's Mind Your Fiver.
Mind your fiver, mate. Yeah.
That's a really good hashtag. I always see it. And obviously, one of our favourite parts of the episode is our song of the day.
Oh yeah,
And
I was
Nathan
gonna.
just won't
I was gonna.
have one.
No, I do. I was thinking about this earlier. Remember last time I had to ask Mark. I was like, Mark, what's my favourite song, man? Because my memory is so bad. That's why helmets are cool. You should totally wear a helmet. Because once you've had 5 concussions, your brain no works so good.
Is the song? Oh wait, is the song you should wear a helmet?
No.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
thought you were saying that was
explaining my
the
bad
song.
memory. So I'm put a curveball in this time.
I don't think
and
there's any such thing in this playlist. It's absolutely mental at this point.
So yeah, my song today is going to be the King Blues. What if punk never happened? It's beautiful. It's a total journey. When you go.
Well, I'm debating between two right now. One is Less Than Jake, All My Best Friends Are Metalheads. Absolutely love this. Brilliant song. Even my bairn loves it. But then there's also a band that I've started listening to this year called Electric Callboy. And it's a kind of like metal and dance music at the same time.
Oh,
and
really?
It's really, really catchy. So I would say Electric Callboy, We Got the Moves.
Okay, I'm definitely going to give that one a listen. Metal and dance music together.
It's so good.
That,
you should watch the videos as well. They're it's just pure fun.
Mine's has got to be, it's quite a funny one. On the way back from the Perth jam, we put it on in the car. It's Nothing But Thieves Amsterdam. Whenever it comes on at the unit or Woody's, everyone absolutely screams it. I've got a video of me and Nathan on my phone absolutely just yelling it in the back of the car.
What other music comes on at Woody's?
Oh, I bet everything, man. It's whoever hooks up their phone.
Yeah,
just
if it's
plays
me,
their own
it's
stuff. What was it you put on? What was it you put on Sunday before we all left?
Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah.
Love that
What we
Lady
boogie
G.
at the end of our session?
One of my best friends got me into Lady Gaga, and I just don't know why I've been obsessed.
Where does this week I'm gonna put on a bit of Crazy Town. The song is Revolving Door. Do you know Crazy Town?
I feel like I do.
I know who they are. They've got
like one album. Well, they had 2, but you can only get one on.
I think they had 2 big songs, if I remember, that came out. I'm trying to think.
Butterfly.
Butterfly. That's it.
Oh yeah, I love that song.
It's like
I love that song.
I think that came out when I started skiing.
yeah. It's very of that era. Do you listen? Oh shit! I forgot to ask that poll question. I think we've done it like the last 3 or 4 episodes now. Favorite Tony Hawk game.
Tony Hawk's Underground.
I've been playing, and this is only because of Jack. I didn't know, I still don't know all the flip tricks. I find it so confusing. So Jack told me to get Skate 3, and I got it, and now I can name them all. That's how I
Tony
learned.
Hawk's game.
That was the best advice you ever got for that question earlier.
I've made myself sound like a total Girls Aloud fan on this podcast.
No.
That's not bad.
I was saying last week, it's the 2 games. It's either Tony Hawk's 2 or Tony Hawk's Underground.
Oh, yeah. That's just the one I remember playing all the time on PS2.
Yeah.
Loved that.
I'm old, so I have to go with Tony Hawk's 2.
Yeah.
But this week, actually, I've been playing a lot of the remaster.
Oh,
Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 for PS5, and it's It's great. That's why it made me saying that, the soundtrack.
Yeah, I started playing that again myself as well, just a few months ago. Like, just blasted through it. My being got it.
Did
So
you
it was
discover
lovely, so.
any music? Did you discover any artists, or do you think your music taste was like influenced by those games?
Definitely Pro Skater 2.
Yeah.
Because there was like, Rage Against the Machine in there, they had Papa Roach and stuff in there. Like, that's the kind of stuff like I'm more into. And really, at that point, I didn't really care about music until
Yeah.
I heard that kind of stuff, and it was like, oh, I like this.
Yeah, Papa Roach is probably one of the ones where like I remember it from the time, but probably there would be no way to like go back and check for sure. It was probably that game that was like the first time I
Yeah, I think it was
that.
Blood Brothers that they had on that song.
Yeah,
that game.
It was Blood Brothers, and then what's their big one? Last Resort.
Yeah.
Yeah, Last Resort. I feel like TikTok's made like that become a bit of a joke song now, but I don't care. It still slaps.
Yeah, songs like that I've always classed as like cheese. Like, there's so much like cheese songs, but like that doesn't. I love a bit of cheese. But I think it all just counts as cheese. That's good. Good cheese.
Vegan cheese.
Vegan cheese. Big vegan shit, stinky beats.
I'm also going to plug again for the second week the Kilmarnock Skate Park project. The petitions and the link. Go do it, and literally, what a petition on change does. Like, it takes less than 2 minutes. Again,
I'll have that done before we get in the car.
100%.
Anything just now. And one of the guys down in Kilmarnock that we were talking to, Cole, is doing all the work to try and make it happen. But yeah, I know it's a cost of living crisis and shit, but I think we can all agree that like mental health and meeting more people, a skate park can give people these opportunities. So
Skateboarding is so accessible as well. Like, it's so accessible. You can walk to a skate park. You don't even have to have a skateboard. You can just watch and take part. That's how I started. And then I just built up a board and just saved up. And, it's so accessible. You can walk
yeah, there's
down
been so many people on this podcast from the start that have been on with people they know. They're like, oh, like I've been pals with him for like 12 years and we met skateboarding. So it's just like towns where there isn't something like that, it's like missing out on.
Yeah.
One last plug. If you can't afford a skateboard, you can always get in touch with Boards for Bairns.
Yep.
And they will sort you out. They're good people, good pals.
I'm
Boards for Bairns.
upgrading my skateboard and I'm just going to give it all away because
That's what you do. That's what I've always done. Any old stuff, you go and find, like, if you've got a pair of half decent trucks, you go and find the worst trucks at the skate park. There you go, dude. Enjoy.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming down that
Thank you,
drive,
man.
and I
Thank
feel
you so
bad that
much.
you have to drive all the way back up tonight.
That's all good, man. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's
It's been
These
good.
are all welcome back, even you, Nathan, for round 3. But yeah, keep streaming and peace out.
Peace out.
See ya.
Bye, Felicia.
bye.